creeps, it's Cameron again, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about books, movies, writing, and all things spooky. On this episode of Library Macabre, I will be reviewing Fat Camp by James Sabata. Fat Camp follows the story of Philip McCracken, who weighs about 400 pounds, and because of this, his mom decides to ship him off to this camp where he can lose weight and gain self-confidence and all that stuff. But little does the camp know that there is a killer stalking the woods, of course, and this killer is offing all of the campers. So you have yourself a classic summer camp slasher right here. If you've watched any of my videos, you've probably heard me say before that the slasher subgenre is one of my favorites. To me, it is comfort food. It's just one of my favorite things to read, and some of my favorite movies to watch are slashers. And for me, Fat Camp captured everything that I love about slashers. You have summer camp. You've got a lot of gore, you have a pretty high body count, and you have a lot of action, especially toward the end of the book. But one thing that Fat Camp has that most slashers don't is heart. And I don't just mean there are bloody hearts flying around. There are, but what I mean is that this book wears its heart on its sleeve. Our main character, Philip, is really struggling. He's struggling with his weight, yes, but he's also struggling because his dad just passed away from cancer. And his mom and him don't get along anymore, and his best friend and his sister are dating, and it really weirds him out. And he's sent away to this camp, and he doesn't want to put in any effort. And of course, as the book goes along and the killings start happening and everybody has to find a way to band together to survive, it's really up to Philip to decide whether he wants to give in to all of his self-doubt or to finally come out on top. There are times when he really uses his weight to his advantage when coming into contact with the killer, which I thought was really cool. In the end, it's really about loving yourself and accepting yourself for where you're at right now in your life, so that way you can overcome that and keep growing as a person. I really loved reading about Philip's development from the beginning to the end of the book. He really turns around as a character, and I related to him a lot, because I actually was very overweight as a kid until I was about 14 years old. And it was something that I really struggled with, especially in middle school with bullying and all of that. It was really rough. So much so that I wound up starting homeschooling when I was in 8th grade. So as you can tell, Fat Camp definitely resonated with me quite a bit. I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I would definitely read it again because it's a great summer read. The only thing that I could say against the book is that I did notice quite a few typos, some punctuation errors. I feel like the book could have used one more editing pass, but it's really not that noticeable. I don't think most people are going to notice it. But like I said, this is a fun slasher. It's very gory. There are a lot of really great kills, but also it's full of heart and emotion, and it definitely feels like this was a personal book to the author. So I highly recommend it. If you want to read Fat Camp, I will post a link down below in the graveyard where you can buy a copy. Thank you so much to the author for sending a copy of this book, and thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. Later, creeps.